let's talk. We're gonna give our opinions about technology.
Well, in my opinion, I think technology is a good thing, well, a good invention, but sometimes it takes you apart from family moments, from being with your friends, and instead of that, you're with your phone texting people you are not seeing in that moment. Well, it is a good thing, but when you use it carefully and not all the time, so you can have time with your friends and family.
Well, my opinion is as well. I agree with her that internet is a great tool. It can help us stay in touch with family or friends that are living abroad or somewhere far away, or even if we're in the same school and not in the same place. But it also has a disadvantage because sometimes you can be present with somebody but you're not paying them attention because you're doing something else. You're playing with your phone or you're texting someone and you're not really with that person. But well, it has both advantages and disadvantages. But I conclude that it's a great tool and we should use it carefully and wise.
Well, the internet is a good tool because, well, you can communicate with other people and you can search for information and you found anything on every website. Well, they may be things that are not true, but it is useful for homeworks and for school.
And as I said before, friendships can be restored with internet. For example, if you haven't seen a person for a long while, if you met them in elementary school or something, and you are well, you can recount them some years later. It's actually a great tool, and we should know how to use it.
Hi, my name is Miranda. She's Roberta and Gabi, and we're going to talk about how technology affects or benefits your friends and your relationship with your friends and family.
In my case, technology has helped because most of my family lives in the States and we try to FaceTime them 3 or more times a week, and we always keep conversation and we go and visit it 4 times a year. And when we're traveling, it helps us to communicate and stay in touch so we don't lose the connection. And also has helped me with my friends that are studying in other countries or far away from me because we're one message away and not miles away. But sometimes the technology can ruin friendships because, for example, when we meet with a friend or a family members and you're only in your phones, I find it rude and you don't get to have a great time because you're thinking about other persons or you're texting them. But in general, I'm impressed and I like technology. Thank you.
Well, in my opinion, I think technology is good and bad at the same time because, for example, in my case, most of the time it grows me apart from my family and friends because when we are all together in a meal or something, we're all in our cell phones and we're having a conversation, but you get to a point where you realize that no one is really paying attention and listening, and they're all in their world. But I think it depends if your relationship is better with your family or with your friends. The good side from my point of view is that technology also gets you closer to your family or friends because you get to be in contact with them wherever you are. And nowadays, almost all of the plans you make to meet people are done by messages or by a simple call. Thank you.
Well, I think technology has affected in our home because now it's very common that maybe you're in a reunion or eating or just are spending time with your family and you're not even enjoying it because you're on your cell phone or in another technology device and affects your relationship and breaks ties. But I think that also it's a really good thing because, for example, when my cousin went to Finlandia to live there for 2 years, we FaceTime or Skype all the time, and that helped us to don't lose contact. And I also think that if you're in a trip or something and you want to communicate with your family, well, technology is really good for that, but it's how you use the technology, how it's going to depend how good or bad it is. Thank you.